You are now entering the mind of Micadelic.
Where the depths make every ocean jealous.
And every star seems not so far.
Come on
Settle in
and get ready.
to be experienced.
All right, good people. Welcome. It's Mondays, which means it's Micadelic Mondays, and this is Micadelic Mindset with your host, Bo Micadelic. Glad you can tune in. Glad you made it home. Hopefully you made it home. Cooking your meals for your youngins. And hopefully you don't have too many youngins, because God knows how difficult life can be if you have a lot of youngins. You're just getting home, and you got to deal with them coming home from school, your shitty grades, and your shitty boss, and everything seems shitty, and you got to go ahead and make some shitty food for them because you're not sure exactly how long you're gonna make it or how long they're gonna make it, but you still send them off to school with some type of money so they can have that horse shit for lunch. So that's what we're gonna do. No, we're not gonna talk about that shit. Right now,
I want to talk about lunch.
Right. I'm all down to talk about that prison food pipeline go straight through the school system.
I mean, have you seen the lunches that they have overseas compared to the lunches? Wait. First of all, let me introduce who we got in the studio. Right now, we have the one and only Jay Ward, a comedian extraordinaire. He's been the host. Yes, he's been the host of Sweetwater Bar and Grill for, how long has it been? 6 years?
6 years.
And I've been going there 6 years, and it's one of my favorite places, so I had to bring him up because he's extremely funny. And also, what? That's Jay Ward, the Jay Ward. Yes. I know, see, look at that. Unbelievable. Yes. Oh, no, please have a seat. Have a seat over there. And we also have my partner in crime, Miss Christy K. Nail, the vivacious one.
You're just going to give away my gender identity. Mr.
We were trying to keep it under wraps, but it's sneaking out every once in a while.
Oh, my gosh.
Whenever I see you pee standing up, it's just like, that was bad.
You saw that? Oh, my God. I had closed. Well, damn. I didn't know anyone saw that. I do pee standing up, though. And I find it.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's not pee. You hover.
No, I stand up. Like, I find that it's less messy if I stand all the way up.
That's how women learn to pee in public restrooms. That's called hovering. It's not.
No, hovering's when you like wear panties and you gotta like pull them down and then you gotta bend because they're creased at the knees. But if you don't wear any, then you can just like, and then just pee.
Do you make a nest sometimes?
I don't make a nest. I just do it like the men do, like just aim and shoot.
There should be a.
Is your like genitalia that efficient to where you can aim and shoot like that?
Is that a porn genre that's been addressed? Because I don't think I've seen women standing up to pee, and I feel like I'd click on that.
Really?
I've seen squirters before. Have you ever seen a squirter that like squirted into the crowd? You've never seen that?
Allen.
No, I've seen that before.
What do you mean the crowd?
Right into the crowd.
Let's not get past the crowd. But like, what do you mean you don't have a crowd when you have sex?
There's this chick
the
that
audience.
I don't know if like this was. I mean, she was a white chick, but I don't know if it was like how in Mexico they have like the
donkey show.
Yeah,
he made it sound like a stage performance, like she's on stage. Wow.
It was. That's what I'm saying. She. I don't know what type of money you got to pay to get squirted on by.
Did she make herself do it? Like
it was like a fire hose though. It was. I mean, it was no joke. I mean, she squirted. She sprayed the crowd. So I don't know what would possess anybody.
It's just pee though.
She probably did just pee on y'all.
She said, R. Kelly.
No, it is. They proved it. Yeah. One time I shouldn't tell him. I would tell him. The girl squirted on my bed. I didn't have the bottom sheet on, and then still a pee stain there, for God's sake. It's pee. It's gross.
It's fucking gross. Yeah, it is gross.
Getting
I
peed
don't
on.
know if
Unless you're into getting peed on.
And some people are. R. Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's into peeing on people. He's not
Oh,
Same
into
well,
thing.
getting peed on.
People have
It is-
weird fetishes, though. I think peeing on is like the least weird of some of the fetishes I've heard. Like the ones who want to be defecated on, that is gross. There
Yeah,
are
Jim
some people
Norton.
who-
I remember
Well,
Jim Norton used to
I
talk
think
about
there's
that all the time.
something. What happens is, well, I think because Jim Norton's a good example. I think a lot of people's fetishes are whatever the first thing that you do sexually, like any kind of weird, like when you're a kid, like because like when he was a kid, like him and another boy played with each other's wieners. That's why he sometimes likes to play with wieners, even though he prefers women.
You said wieners.
How do you
Because when
know
you're
that?
kids, that's what they are. When,
When-
you
When
don't-
you're a kid,
you
you're
say-
a
what do you have?
You
An
say dick.
8-year-old has a cock? No, he has a wiener. Come on.
I mean, I don't want to think about it either way.
Well, I'm just
Like,
saying though. I mean, it's-
Heaven forbid we say penis, you know.
But I think, whatever you do, like if you're like 8 and your friend pees on you, then you're going to have this pee fetish for the rest of your life because you got peed on when you were 8 and it was the 1st thing you ever did.
I mean, it really makes you wonder, like, what, because I've never been peed on, and I've had
we can
maybe,
fix that.
really?
I'm just
That's
saying.
what
Stand it up.
That's what
Is
you
that your
want.
fantasy?
Yeah, I want to see that. She standing
You got a
up.
picture of me in your
This
toilet
is-
every morning.
we
We
could-
you just throw them in there.
Amen.
We can
Trying
go
to find-
viral
Aim
with
Got
this.
numbers like
I'll
a
film
bullseye.
this.
Oh yeah.
If you want to go
Oh.
Like
viral.
get it in your nose, like that's
What?
that's
Wow.
100 points right there.
Wow. She's aiming. She's standing up and aiming
I've
it.
never had a desire to be peed on.
No,
You know,
never?
not even a little bit. Even when I like get a drop or two on my leg, I just it's like cooties. No.
Well, I wouldn't want your pee on me either, so I can understand why you would have
Smells-
that aversion.
Smells like coffee, Black and Milds, and alcohol.
That's disgusting.
But it's I mean, you wouldn't know until you tried though.
Yeah.
So let's see. I mean, we
Yo,
don't
you're being gross.
don't count it
It's
out.
not gross when I
Don't
say it,
dismiss
but
it.
it's really gross.
Just
when
try.
you say it.
Yeah,
Just try
this
it one
show
time.
went south quickly. Like
Welcome to
I
the
mean, it's not even-
Micadelic
Yeah.
Mindset.
not even 5 minutes in.
Volo
ready.
Diablo.
What?
We're gonna
Damn,
lead
there's
with
some,
pee.
I forgot what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you something about fuck. Okay, but in the second hour, I mean, everybody, I want you to stay tuned because the second hour, and we're not going to a break just yet, but the second hour, we're going to talk about relationship experts reveal how they know couples won't last. But in the meantime, we're talking to the one and only comedian Jay Ward, one of my favorites, because
Thank you.
because he's very huggable. You know what I mean?
I see that.
I go in
I'm
there and
fat for the radio listeners. He's trying to.
No,
Paint the-
don't call yourself fat. You're big, cellulited.
Wow,
My-
is that better? I don't know.
I weigh 145. My ideal weight's 135, but I'm working on it.
Jesus. All right, well, and I'm nobody to talk about health because I don't work
Oh,
out.
Jesus.
and,
You know, there's
I don't-
video. Like, this is not just an audio show.
Oh, there is video.
that everybody can see.
They're like, no. Now, I smoke Black Miles. I smoke, well, I used to smoke, in case anyone's listening from work, other things. And I drink.
Crack, everybody. He
Yes.
smokes,
Oh, shit. I didn't want anyone to know. I was
smokes
fidgeting.
crack on his off days. It's on his off days. It doesn't count.
So what I'm thinking about doing is I want to do yoga. I want to do some yoga classes.
You should.
I've done yoga before, and it was great.
Well, what's
And I
stopping
think
you?
that, you know what, time. See, that's the thing when you have a working class guy that works a lot of hours and he works overtime and he's chasing a goal and he has a radio show and he's trying to get some acting stuff going.
And he talks to himself in third person.
And
often.
he spends all the time watching football, playing fantasy football.
No, I don't spend all my time. One day a week, I'll sit down and watch some games on Sunday.
You still have
But-
to have time to chase some tail.
You know, I don't want to be too distracted by anything other than my lazy distractions.
I know you feel. Women totally distract me. If I get on a woman, like if I get
And you kill her.
stuck in my mind on a woman, if I start getting a crush on a woman, I forget to pay my power bill. It's really ridiculous. Seriously, like,
Wow.
women are
wow,
a distraction.
You get see, they are a distraction.
I
They
don't
absolutely
find that
are.
to be true.
It is.
Well, no, I mean it's
true.
just a factual.
Well,
it's not even like
'cause
like
you don't like
a,
women.
I'm not even saying that as some sort of
You
like
did,
a
you-
metaphor. Like they are literally distract me from. Oh shit! I forgot to.
Is it because they call you to do stuff, or because your mind is always
No, it's just
on
my
their
mind
pussy?
is. I don't have. I have some kind
On
of
what?
one-track
The
mind.
pussy.
He didn't say anything about.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's not
I'm
about-
saying it. This,
yeah, well, I mean, you could, but it's
For
not
him-
about.
See, he's a
everybody
man. He is
is
a
not
he
like
is a
you.
goddamn yes. Men
Everybody doesn't
think
think
about
like you.
pussy all the time. Okay, sex. There it is, clean. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not as it's. I mean, it's a driving force, but not like it used to be. I mean, like, I'm more interested in somebody I enjoy. Well, yeah, man, I don't like like I'm not. My sex drive has gone down. It's joyous. I love it. It's like I love it. I hope it doesn't go anymore, but it's like I'm at a good level where I can be like, yeah, I'm good. Like I don't have to. I can not make really dumb decisions like I would have in my 20s. Like when you're like, I need some pussy. Like, now it's like, yeah, be nice. So, whatever.
Do you prefer jerking off as opposed to getting pussy? Because
No, not at
because
all.
of the effort that has to go into getting.
Well,
pussy.
there is a lot of effort, in sex, but you do have to stretch and shit because I get cramps and shit. And I thought that was a fat
You don't
thing.
have
so
to do that for jerking off.
Well, no, you don't have to stretch to jerk off. Thank God. My God, I will have to get in shape if I have to start.
Isn't that why 40-year-old shoulder comes from? Like your shoulder is stiff when you hit like your 40s. Cause
My shoulder's literally stiff right now,
See?
and that's hilarious. I thought it was because I was sleeping on it
Called you
wrong.
out.
I
She's
thought
a
it
bit
was because I
psychic.
was
She's
sleeping on it. Like,
like
yeah.
I'm sensing some inflammation in your shoulder. Is there anything you care to explain?
What causes that? I don't know
Interesting,
what.
He said, "Yeah, I can't stand bitches." No.
Yeah.
No, I do. What was that look? You don't like the word?
You already know.
All right, so you're jerking off more nowadays.
No,
That's not what he
I'm
said.
not. That's what's great.
not?
No,
He
that's
said
what's
his
That's
great.
what I
sex
got
drive
from
has
it.
to-
Not that either. No, I'm saying
that's
like
what you're doing.
no, my sex
Stop
drive is down.
projecting.
Like
I'll admit it.
Yeah, I don't-
It's safer that way.
yeah, but I don't.
Nobody's getting pregnant.
I still.
Nobody-
I probably.
You might go blind.
I'm already going blind. I'm at that age.
I
don't
still
think it has
have
anything
plenty
to do
of
with
sex
jerking off.
desire, and I still. But I don't. But compared to like my 20s, no, I don't masturbate or have like, nearly as much as I used to. It's not as.
Me either.
So you have no desire to bust a nut at all?
No, I do absolutely, but
He
it's.
said it's not as pressing as it
Yeah.
once was.
Well, I mean, it's almost like sometimes it's like a scientific thing. It's like, well, let me do this so I gotta, I gotta get up early in the morning. Let me, so I can get to sleep or something like that. No,
Stress relief.
no. I'm probably, but just comparatively, compared to what I used to be, my sex drive is much more manageable, and I'm not pussy driven.
I got you.
You used to be pussy driven.
Oh God, yeah. I was terrible at, but I wasn't getting laid necessarily that much. I've had, really 2 serious relationships. When I call serious, because we lived together, like in my life, But yeah, no, I don't know. I just enjoy good company though. Like sex is, I don't. I'm pickier now. Like I'm not gonna have. I don't really want to have sex with somebody and don't enjoy their company.
I get that.
It's like
I can understand that.
because
I'm in
sex
that
is.
same phase of life. I don't want to
Yeah.
have sex.
So
with
no more
just for the
hookers.
sake of
You don't
sex.
like the hookers.
I didn't say that. What did I say? What did I say that like?
No,
that?
he said he wants hookers whose
What do you mean?
company
What do you mean
he
I like hookers?
enjoys. You're not listening at
I'm not
all.
saying I
But
don't
no,
even know if you deal with hookers.
you know what's
but
funny though? I do sometimes like if I'm going through a dry period, like I'll literally like that's how like I'll be like, I could go, go buy some pussy. But it's like
I'm not against
and
it.
then I go to sleep. Then I'm like, well, maybe tomorrow, and then I don't. Like I keep not doing it. Like I'm
You
like,
don't ever worry about like the illegality of it or getting caught or like getting arrested.
No.
not when you're horny.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, look,
It's,
there's
you know.
places in Atlanta if you want to
Come
go.
You go to jail
That have
on
been-
that, and folks are looking at
There's
you,
some
my
places
man, high
on-
fives and fist
Stop
bumps
it.
and shit.
There's some
Yeah,
places on
I'm telling
Chester
you.
Bridge Road that have been in business for a long time. Somebody's getting, I don't know, but
Palms greased.
You don't have to
Yeah,
give the actual
literally.
name of the place because you don't want to blow up the place because all of our listeners might,
Yeah, there's too many people to go there. They'll have enough staff.
Both of them.
Staff.
So I mean, but
Just be careful if you go down to Cheshire Bridge because there's something for everybody down there. So make sure you get what's right for you.
Trans testicles.
Well, I think the trans are more on Ponce, but
He knows where they all are. You have way too much insight into defecation.
Well, first of all,
which is
well,
why
that's
we are
Atlanta
asking
thing.
these good questions.
Yeah.
This is information.
If you want to play it.
Did you used to do back page? I mean, you can keep on.
No, I used to. I used to love to go and look at it and read it, and I never, ever called a number. But I used to love to go look at Backpage, and that was one thing too. Like that, where my sex drive has gone down because, in my 20s, I might have been like, all right, maybe. But now when I would go through it and be like, oh my god, I would literally get nauseous seeing some of the women. These big asses. I'm like, oh god.
Some are. I know a friend. I have a good friend that used to use Backpage a lot. And
but I never called it. But I love to watch.
He'd have good stories. He's like, yeah.
Is your hooker type the same as like the girlfriend type? I mean, as far as body type or like face or looks. Like, do you look for hookers the same kind?
I'm pretty. I like a lot of women. I mean, as far as looks, like I don't get too caught up in a lot of shallow stuff. As far as looks, I don't mind stretch marks or droopy tits or any of that kind of stuff. A little bit. I don't. The only thing, my deal breaker is smell. If you don't smell good,
that's
a wrap. But as a preference, I would say that I prefer.
Smells like she's been fishing.
I like thinner women because it's just easier if one person's fat, one person's thin. It just, I've dated a woman that was pretty close to my size, and we dated for a long time, but it's there's some things you're just like, well, we're not gonna.
What's your joke? What's your joke? I know you tell.
Well, yeah, I tell the joke about the fat people's like rolling two bowling balls together. You put a baby carrot in the hole of one bowling ball, then roll it and try to get it in the hole of the other bowling ball.
Wow.
You got to keep doing it over and over until you get tired or hungry. That's how it ends. Like, come on, baby, let's go get some Popeyes, girl. You know I love you, girl. Let's grease it up, baby.
It's a lot of effort. There's a lot of working things out.
Well, yeah, you just have to, because I mean, I make the joke as like, I have two sex positions on the bottom and murder. But I'm the bottom,
funny.
If you let me. When I find that's why I know it's a good sex match. Like when she's likes being on top, I'm like, we're gonna be good, girl. We're gonna be good. And that's the kind of girl I'm looking for on top.
So ladies, if you're out there and you're listening,
you like to ride.
You think Jay Ward is sexy? You can meet him at Sweetwater Bar and Grill every Thursday night. He'll be there this Thursday night, and come through and throw some hints and some flirts.
Start?
9:00, 9 to 11ish.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's great. When you've been there before?
I've been once or twice. I haven't been very much.
Okay, we're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Jay more about his sexual expeditions and what he finds most attractive in hookers. So be right back.
Tired of doing the same old thing every Wednesday night? Well, don't. Join IBNX radio host Jason Carey every Wednesday night from 8:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. for Wild Wednesday, your midweek turn-up Wild Wednesday, featuring $5 Long Islands, $3 Jello shots, $2.50 PBR, and food specials. Wild Wednesday, with free arcade games, half-price bowling, and half-price kart racing. Wild Wednesday, featuring award-winning host and entertainer Jason Carey, Mr. Morning Coffee Swig himself, providing the soundtrack and the entertainment all night long. Playing your favorite hits of today and yesterday. Wild Wednesday with Jason Carey every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Free entry for guests over 21 and $10 cover for anyone 20 and below. Wild Wednesday goes down at Andretti Marietta, located at 1255 Roswell Road, Marietta, Georgia. That's 1255 Marietta, Georgia, every Wednesday night. Pull up!
Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna hold you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, never will lie to you. Tell me what you waiting for. been passing you by. These other niggas, they just passing your time. They don't know how to ride the tidal waves that crash in your thighs. But I got a dream, and if you believe, then I can take you somewhere that is pristine. I'm keeping it clean, my title is mean. They boxing the sin, but we broke out the scenes. Don't make me a fiend, I know what I want. I'm working to get everything that I need, but I got a plan for you. I'm taking the stand for you, I care for you.
What's your motive with me, baby? Cause I don't trust nobody lately. I twist and turn moving just like a serve. Anytimes are coming just like a version. Get you well out of my head. Cause lately I'm better off dead. I say this out loud of respect. Sometimes I want nothing weird. You're wearing your love like medallions. Cause I know 1,000 men want you. Once no menages. Fucking riding shotguns up your buns. Melon faded under stars in the sun. 85, 90 gon' bust out the gun. Know they sent me from the neck of the woods. Change my name, stay so they never could.
Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna hold you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, never will lie to you. Tell me what you waiting for. What you waiting for?
I need a friend. And you need a home. I love when you come. I still feel alone. You make it warm in my bed. Butterflies in my head. Sunrise, let it set. But you don't love me like you say you do. White lies hold the hidden truth. You keep leaving when I need you most. It's true what they say about love had and love lost. Here you are, and now you're gone. I'm left alone in the same bed. I wake up in a cold sweat.
Please don't make me wait. I just wanna be your main. Oh, your main one. Say I don't want nobody but you. Say I don't want nobody but you. I spent the day by my lonesome. Who do you call when there's no one, no one? If I did what you did for me and did to me, my bed is cold and indented where you used to sleep. Tell me what you waiting for. Shit. Tell me what I'm waiting for. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna hold you. Tell me what you waiting for. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, never will lie to you. Tell me what you waiting for.
Are you an entrepreneur, high-profile influencer, or creative that wants to level up in your business? If you are ready to elevate mentally, stand out visually, and dominate digitally, the Brand Doctor has the remedy. As a highly sought-after mindset coach and brand strategist, she helps clients globally to hit the ground running. Contact www.moebrandstudio.com or email getbranded@moebrandstudio.com.
This is Bo Micadelic, and you are listening to IBNXradio.com. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, good people. We're talking with comedian Jay Ward, and the phone lines are open 678-688-4269, 678-688-4269. And if you want to leave a message, leave it under the IBNXradio.com page where you see the live feed. And we'll respond to any comments that you leave.
Judith said hello, so let's
Judith?
say hello to Judith.
Oh, Judith, you're adorable. I see you out there. Next time I see you, I'm going to grope you. Okay.
Hey.
No, it would be in a loving way, though. I appreciate you. So, Jay, talk to us, man. I mean, it's
Hashtag me
okay.
too.
Now, you are one of the few people that I know that has partaken in psychedelics like I've partaken, because I love psychedelics.
Look, we just shared this with my Facebook page. My mom and my Aunt Lavana are going to be listening.
Well, this was way back in the day. I'm saying you've had psychedelic experience. Don't tell me. We have talked about psychedelic experience.
Yeah, but I don't. I thought we were talking about. But this is.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen,
you're a grown-ass man.
I know.
It's time for you to act like a grown-ass man.
My mom won't listen to this. But
exactly. I mean, she did. I did a video, one of the videos with Jay. Well, tell them about your video. You doing videos for Fat Bus Comedy, all right? And it's a big video production. He's doing a great job with it. He had me in one of the videos, and I played God, and he played Fat Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
So, I don't know, you haven't seen it yet, but it was funny. It was a funny skit that we did, and his mother. You tell the story.
Well, my mom won't watch it yet. Well, I mean, the Fat Bus is I came up with that. Basically, I got an expensive new phone, and I had to justify it, so I started finally shooting the movies that I've wanted to shoot. It's just 1 minute. We got 16 out. I've made 16 1-minute hilarious sketches, which they're politically incorrect. We've dealt with special needs, racism, religion, the border patrol separating children from their. I mean, I've tried to take the worst topics and try to make them funny, or the most controversial. Police officers harassing black people. We've kind of covered.
Where can people find it? Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's J Ward Comedy, JAYWARD Comedy. They're all there on Facebook. I have my Facebook J Ward Comedy fan page. They're there. I'm on Instagram at JWard Y'all, JAYWARD Y'all. They're all there. Tomorrow we're coming out with a big blooper video. Actually,
bloopers.
Yeah, got bloopers from the first.
You don't even
16.
know what they're gonna put about you.
Yeah, you're in them.
Am I in the bloopers?
Yeah.
I mean, oh shit. It's hard to believe that I made any bloopers.
Really, God? Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, because I thought I was perfect the whole time.
Yeah,
there was no perfect.
You picked the right person. God complex.
Yeah.
Was I not perfect?
Everybody thought I was perfect for the role, and I agreed.
Yeah.
So it was one of them things. Like who else could he have gotten to play God? Come on.
I mean, I don't know, someone who believes in God, for starters.
Well, see, I'm not an atheist.
I didn't call you an atheist.
You said I believe in what God is for me. We're gonna go down this road.
I'm down with this.
You pose the question.
I believe that
let me tell you. Say this because I always say I'm gonna get this. So Bo don't believe in Jesus, but he believes in like psychics and palm readers. He's like, oh, God, Jesus, that's stupid. But let me go down to Miss Cleo and get my palm read. I got to see what I need to do next Tuesday.
It's not. It's okay. It's like this. I believe in energy, and energy. I believe we're all one. All is one. All is connected.
Maybe that's where we're different because I don't believe in energy. I just like to sit around. I don't believe in exerting energy.
But you don't believe in carbohydrates either.
Exerting energy.
Like what?
He said, I don't believe in exerting energy.
You barely have any to give. All right. But no, everything is energy. Everything is
She
connected.
said Bo was perfect. What do you know?
Oh, see?
Dottie Powell.
See, that's, Dodie.
Dodie.
Yes.
Sorry, Dodie.
No, and she's right. Thank you, Dodie. I appreciate you. I'm going to give you a groping, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Bo P always calls her Dottie.
Bo
live.
Oh,
he was like, hey, Dottie. She's already called me called Dottie. Dodie, by the way, is a big part of the Fat Bus videos. She has recorded and had ideas, and she's actually going to be in the horror movie a little bit too.
Okay, all right.
She's awesome. She's my homegirl.
She's awesome.
Hey, back to you, Dodie.
Now, what I was saying, God for me is the all that there is, and there's a source of energy that we all come from, that we're the extension of. We're just moving at a different vibration at a lower speed, which makes us appear physical. But the physical is just an illusion because it's just an eye blink. It's just a moment in time. So when you say I don't believe in Jesus, I don't know that he even existed. I don't know if they took a bunch of different stories, combined it together, and expressed it as this character in the book. I don't know that. But nobody else does either.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because that theory you just posited is just as big a horse shit as anybody else's theory. And I love about it is no matter if they're atheists or religious or whatever, everybody's like has this strong opinion about what happened. I know what happens when we die. Like, no, you don't. You do not. Because I like the mystery of it. Like, who can? I don't know. It's a mystery. Like, just enjoy living, because this is it. Who knows what's maybe? Who knows? But that's the thing. That's why my mom gets mad about.
Me?
No, about religion.
Oh,
she wouldn't watch.
She
wouldn't
follows
watch.
me. She
wouldn't
my
watch
post?
the Fat Jesus video. She wouldn't watch it because she's like, you can't make fun of. You're not supposed to make fun of Jesus. I'm like, but that's to me is a red flag. The fact that you're not allowed to, the blasphemy and the heresy. Like, you're not allowed to make fun or talk about like that.
Because even if Jesus did exist, he'd have a sense of humor.
Of course he would.
He'd be able to laugh at his own,
Of course.
I mean, how can he? Is he going to hold a grudge? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus
you could do all this magic tricks,
since
but
when?
you're going to be like all sensitive about
Magic tricks.
He was extra loving, and then when he got up there, now he's, he holds opinions towards people. Come on, man, that's just, it doesn't make sense in any shape. And people that take the shit too serious are delusional, in my opinion. So even if I have this belief about whatever, now see, have you ever seen any near-death experience videos or people who have died and then come back to life?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And most of them, if not all of them, or 90% of the people that have had these experiences talk about a beautiful place where they go and it's light, and they go through the tunnel and to this light, and they get introduced by, or they get welcomed by somebody that they had an experience with in the physical, like family members or friends, and then eventually they tell a story of what they went through or what they were told, but they had to come back. So is it something that's going on in their mind? I don't know, but it makes sense. It makes sense in the respect that everything is energy and nothing really dies, not even the consciousness. That doesn't make sense to me. Because if you look at all the aspects,
everything dies. The body dies.
It goes through a transit. It goes through a cycle, but even the energy in the body doesn't die.
The energy doesn't die, but things die. Like plants die. You know what I mean? Animals.
I'll say this: they no longer exist as
die.
that, but it doesn't mean that they die.
Well, isn't that the definition of dying?
What is it? It's like,
no, it's just transforming.
What about the flowers that die every year, and then those flowers come back and they die? Like, is it the same flowers or is it different flowers?
No, I mean, who is it? I don't know. I mean, if that flower goes back into the system or has its life, and then it shrivels up and goes out into the atmosphere, and it becomes something else, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a flower again. Yeah. But the seed that it comes from has a cycle.
But it's weird that it's like our consciousness does. That's all we are. It's just a consciousness, like an awareness. Like, why couldn't that? Because we do keep continuing as a human race because we keep having children, and that there's a continuation.
Which I'm against.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any.
So you're my idol. That's why. High five.
I've never been married. Don't have kids, and.
Damaris Patterson Price said, "Energy doesn't die; it only changes."
Exactly, it transforms, which is what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. That the energy is not dying, but the bodies are still dying.
The body is deteriorating and it's turning into something else, but it's still energy. It's not that what it was, but it's not. It loses its energy.
If you ever see a dead body, the first thing you notice is that it no longer has energy. And that's before the deterioration process.
But every cell has energy. Whether I
always notice. I always feel like the eyes are about to open. I always feel like I see the eyelids move a little bit. I'm like, I swear I saw a flutter. Like I always like as a kid. When I was a kid, I'd be like, you'd be staring contest with a dead person.
So you don't go to wakes.
He has staring contests with a dead person. That's the thing.
All right.
Well, they're not looking.
When's the last time you saw a dead person? Were you on top of them or something?
What?
was that? You looked at her
and we made it back around the hookers.
Little callback action.
Okay, let's talk about the acid I took back in my 20s.
From hookers to God and back again.
But to close out what we were talking about with religion, it's not so much. I mean, if you look at near-death experiences, and then you look at psychic phenomena, and then you look at past life regressions where people have gone under hypnosis and talk about previous lives, and then they've been able to confirm that those things actually happen. There's videos on this. And then you have reincarnation, where these young
First
kids
of all, you
talk
lose
about,
me at video like, oh, there's a YouTube video on it. It's true, y'all.
Would it be
No,
better?
there's
They wouldn't put it on
there's
YouTube.
Would it be better if you met them in,
YouTube videos
in person? Would that be it?
Yeah, this
If
is
you met
this
her
is
in
this
per-
is
met
yeah
her in
your
person?
this is your voice, but in your brain you're like, hey y'all, let's go check out YouTube. Boop boop ba doop boop bo Micadelic.
Hey, just because.
Hey, flat Earth, look at this, holy shit.
Oh no, I don't think you flat earth, but where else you get your information? I mean, think about it. It's not just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean that it's not true, or that it's all the
Right.
shit on YouTube is just some fake,
But, man,
fraudulent
you have
shit.
you have to have a
Discerning spirit.
discerning.
Who's more discerning than I am? Exactly.
Me,
I'm the
I feel
most
like
discerning
I feel like
motherfucker on
I
this
feel-
planet.
I feel like a lot of us are.
I got my ways, but I'm open. If it makes sense, I'll roll with it. It makes sense to me when you're just talking about energy. Now, you talk about Jesus, that's a different story because there's really no proof. There's just this story of an individual, and for people to give their whole heart and their devotion to this character from a book makes no goddamn sense. So I'm not worshiping anybody when I believe in all the shit that I believe in. It's not a worship thing. It's just like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, worship is a weird thing to me. That sounds like worse shit. Like this is the worst shit we ever thought of doing. It's to worship something. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. Like I don't know. I just feel like if God and Jesus is real, like he made us, right? I mean, and I feel like he's not only made us, but he's given us a way to communicate with lots of people. I mean, I'm sure there's 10 to 15 people listening at least tonight. But,
Really?
He's given us
you that optimistic? Wow. All right.
Well, when you say worship,
13 are your friends?
it is kind of like a warship that's going on in this world. We're always at war with some of this. This whole planet is like a warship. That's what it is. One country's at war with another country constantly.
over something
they
religious,
puns? Are those
over some
puns?
idea, and it's just like if
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense because people get so mad about religion.
Right.
Like if you try to say something about Jesus isn't real, they get angry, and
No.
and that's because
I've never
it
seen
doesn't.
it.
and think about it. If that's because it's a belief is flimsy. Like a knowing is not flimsy.
Right.
Like if I were to say to you, for example, like you are not a black woman, you'd be
I
like,
would agree
okay.
with you.
That's a
Well,
bad
you can't
example.
tell by the
Let's
voice.
I'd be like,
But-
well, that's
but if
weird.
it's
Ladies and
something like,
gentlemen, she is black.
you know.
I know it's just throwing you
or
off.
like say like
I'm not. Go figure.
or if I got an argument, it'd be like, you don't wear extra large or whatever. You're like, yes, I do. Like it's like you couldn't get angry. I'm like, no, you don't. You're like, well, okay, well, there's nothing to get angry about because that's not. It's like
Right. If
somebody tried to argue with me that I'm skinny, I'd be like, okay, well, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like if you
Listen.
know something, you don't get upset about it. Like
Exactly. Because I mean, it's
like
more than faith.
let me put it more this way: like everyone dies. No, they don't. Well, yeah, No, they don't. No, you're not going to get mad about that because you know everybody dies.
Right. So
You
you're
know,
saying
it's-
like with
No,
beliefs
they-
because
yeah,
people
They
aren't
really
really
don't though.
they don't know what they believe.
They really don't.
They're not
Well, at
grounded
first
in
they
their
do.
belief.
There's a
They
moment.
leave their bodies behind, but they don't die. They're still alive. They're
Okay.
still in essence.
Okay.
And they're on the other side, and they're just waiting for another turn at it. And which is why, not to jump around.
Maybe.
shit,
I
but-
mean, I like that idea. Like I say, the flowers are the same flower. I like that idea of reincarnation. That's possible. It's all possible. All of it's possible. And it's like Sam. What's his name? I'm sorry, I shouldn't beat him. Sam, the atheist guy.
Sam Kinison?
No.
Sam
He's
Giordano?
a popular atheist speaker.
Sam, Uncle Sam.
At any rate, they're talking about with the world's a simulation. That anything's possible. Like
Sam Harris.
Sam Harris. He
Yeah.
says he's an atheist, but he also says the world could be a simulation, and if that's the case, it could be programmed for Jesus to come back, or any number of things. Could
Elon
happen.
Musk was saying the same thing on Rogan the other
The
day.
only problem I have with Jesus and people who are like,
You got a problem with Jesus?
Jesus is that the people that Jesus supposedly came for, like him being the Messiah, they don't believe in Jesus. Like, and all of the people that supposedly follow Jesus aren't the same religion as Jesus. They don't do any of the things that Jesus' religion taught or practiced. So I'm like, there's so much hypocrisy in the whole notion of I'm a worshiper or follower of Jesus when they actually do absolutely nothing that Jesus did.
The only problem I have with Jesus is everything.
That's all?
So, yeah,
just the one?
everything.
Just the one everything?
And it's not the moral teachings, because he's got plenty of moral teachings that make sense. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But if you think about it from where I'm coming from, it actually makes sense. Because we're all connected. We're all energy. And what you're putting on, what you're doing onto somebody, you are actually doing onto yourself. That's why you can't escape that energy. What you put out, you get back in return.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
You have to live with the consequences
give me
of your
my credit,
decisions.
goddammit.
Oh my gosh, you're such a narcissist.
Oh, gee, why does everybody keep calling me that?
It's
Don't tell
rude.
me. My opinion is the only opinion.
I am so sick of defending you. I've had to defend you as like people like, oh my, there's. I swear, I tell people like they'll be like, you know, that guy Bo just seems like a real asshole on Facebook. He's just so, and I'm like, look, he's fine, but this is the 7th time I've gone through this conversation, and it's whatever. Unfollow him or I don't give a shit. Like, it's not my responsibility to defend Bo. Like,
there's no bad publicity.
Like, why do you like that guy?
I've never had to defend you, unfortunately. People that I know just seem to like you. And I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
I got to step it up,
man. Well, they're men, so there's probably.
Wait, what?
I mean, they agree with your bullshit, so. Yeah.
Well, it's because I make sense.
Not really.
How?
It's because they
Where
also
do I not
don't
make sense? I make sense in everything I'm saying.
No.
You make sense. I think there you can agree that you make sense to some people. There we go.
Yeah.
The smart ones. the
chauvinist.
The intellectuals.
The misogynist.
Yeah,
pedophiles,
okay,
rapists,
right.
murderers.
Well, no, wait.
Well, sometimes you can't pick your fans. There's probably
a bit of a jump.
There's probably a rapist or murderer out there that's a fan.
I make sense to the sensible, you know. If you're smart,
senseless.
Whatever.
Sensible.
Let's move on. As we were talking about not only religion, but I mean, so you have had psychedelic experiences, right?
Yes.
In your life. And what do you take back? Did you have any kind of spiritual? Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I several. I mean, you know, life changing. I mean, I remember I went on a date with some girl years ago, and I told her that I thought everybody should try acid. She was like, "Oh my God!" She never went out like she was like straight laced. But yeah, I think everyone should.
What happened though? In like specifically, like. What was it about the experience that you can recall in the experience that really changed things for you, like the light switch?
I remember one time. I decided I believed in God, but I don't feel that way necessarily now. I don't. I'm like, you know, my to change it just for a second, but I like the Chris Rock philosophy from that movie. What's the movie? About the angels, but where he says, "Don't have beliefs, have ideas." You know, that's my thing.
Somebody, yeah.
That's terrible. The one with Matt Damon and the angels, I can't remember, but it's a great movie.
What about the notion that acid causes schizophrenia or triggers it?
Well, it can't, any schizophrenia. So schizophrenia, to my understanding, is something that you already have that has to be triggered by a drug. Actually, marijuana can even trigger schizophrenia.
Right.
So there's a certain amount of people. Yeah. So I take that back. Like that's interesting.
Probably alcohol.
So
too.
I don't think alcohol. Alcohol is a huge.
It's a depressant.
Alcoholism. The main. Most schizophrenics are alcoholics.
Okay.
I believe. I don't want to talk too much out of my ass, but I believe that's true.
Yeah.
But
we don't want that either.
Yeah. But yes, there is a certain percentage of people that shouldn't do any kind of drugs, probably because they're prone to schizophrenia.
What I would say, based on all the psychedelic, especially
if you're mentally
acid,
healthy, you should do some acids.
Exactly.
I do some mushrooms.
The way I've explained it, in the past, and I've seen people like lose themselves through acid, but I didn't, and I took a lot of acid in my 20s. The thing is, it's like it just intensifies who you are on a regular basis. Like if you're normally laid back, chilled, if you laugh a lot, then that will intensify your laughter. It will intensify your feeling of euphoria. It just will intensify everything that you already are. Like if you like music, you'll love music on acid, or even any psychedelics. The mushrooms too, and mushrooms are a lot cleaner.
I've actually been anti anything hallucinogenic most of my life, and when my son got to be about 18, he was like, "Mom, I want to try acid." No, he told me, and I was like, "I don't think that's a good idea." Actually, he might have been 17 when he said, I was like, "I don't think it's a good idea." And I was like, it can trigger schizophrenia, especially in boys your age and all this blah, So he literally researched it for about a year. He looked up everything he could find on it, the pros, the cons, studies, papers. He made me read all of it. Like he would watch videos on it. And
did he end up doing it?
He did.
Oh, okay. What did he say?
He said, "Mom, you should try it." And I was like, "Yeah, no."
I would tell you the same thing.
But he was like, "Yeah, you should just try it one time." And I was like, I don't think it's for me. Like I hallucinate on Sudafed. Like I don't need acid.
Okay, first of all, let me explain hallucinations on LSD. It's not like you'll see like people like ghosts and shit like that. It's you'll see waves. Like you'll see trails. Like if I move my hand, you'll see like a trail of my hand, and then you'll see like.
Yeah, that isn't exciting.
Yes, it's dope.
Well, I'm telling you. Now, if you got
dope from dope.
I used to have. When I was in college, I used to have like posters. I covered like a whole room in posters and
like those strobe light, not strobe light, but
no. I used to work at a video store, and so it was just I would just collect the posters, and I literally covered a room, ceiling. I lived in a trailer, but it was the back room, but like all the walls and posters. And anyway,
it's not a good endorsement for acid, right there.
And then, or work at a video store. But yeah, I remember literally watching a post. Oh, I'll tell you, Dow. I'll tell you two stories.
Poster come to life.
I watched, a poster.
Okay. All right,
it was
got something for that too.
Fire in the sky. It was like where the UFO was the bright light, and literally like I watched that poster for like 45 minutes. But I got a better story, because me and three people. Two other people, we watched, I had a VCR, this is how long ago it was, and we watched Babe. I got them to watch Babe. They didn't want to watch Babe.
The pig movie?
Talking Pig movie. They were like, we don't watch Babe. And then they loved it. It was great. Then it ended, and then there was just like the snow.
They were crying and
shit. I didn't have, yeah, they were, we were. But I didn't have cable, so after the movie's over, it's just like the snow on the television, right? And all of a sudden I started watching the snow, and it was like a roller coaster ride. Like all of a sudden it was like moving, and I was like, whoa, this is intense. And they were like, "You're an idiot." And I was like, "No, come watch it." And then my buddy came, and he's like, "Oh, dude." And we both started watching it. And then the third person came, and we sat there and watched the snow on the television for an hour. And we were doing like we're in the Chevy show, like, whoa, because it was like a movement to it. So, it's entertainment value. That's like $5 a hit.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, and the paint that you see where it's got like the drippings on the ceiling. Yeah, you can stare at that for hours too.
I can do that without acid. No, and then they start looking like they're internal.
But see that,
and they start looking like shapes, geometric shapes. And
I don't need acid for that.
Yeah, okay, and you know what? I wouldn't even push acid on you or push any psychedelics on you. Like, oh, you got to try it, because you really have to be in the frame of mind of wanting it.
Yeah, I never lost touch with reality. But I tell you now, the visuals never bothered me at all. I enjoyed those. But I tell you what did bother me is when you get the audio hallucinations. When all of a sudden, like, I used to hear like these mumbled voices, like when I'd be trying to go to sleep after like an acid trip a few times, and I would hear like just be like going to sleep and just and I'm like, what the fuck? I look out my window, nothing. It happened like 4 or 5 times. Maybe
I hear those voices in my head. So it's like,
but they were very pleasant, peaceful. They were just like,
no. See, when I was 18,
Like,
I got
okay,
the flu,
all right,
and
all right.
I had somebody brought me regular like Sudafed over-the-counter medicine, and I took it, and I could not sleep. Every time I closed my eyes.
You are not going to compare
No,
acid to
every time I
Sudafed.
would close
It's
my
not gonna
eyes,
happen.
I would have this visualization of like ants or something crawling in my ear, and then
No.
like blood running out,
No,
and
that's-
I couldn't stop talking. It was like a really
You're on some other shit.
no, I couldn't sleep. Like it was.
You're
full on
schizophrenic. That's what you are. You're schizophrenic.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go to a break real quick. We'll be right back to talk to comedian Jay Ward. Be right back.
I need my skit.
Attention sports fans, tailgate season is here, but you can't keep doing what's been done. It's time for a change. A change? Yes, a change. This year, take your tailgate game to the next level with mobile tailgate parties. That's right, mobile tailgate parties. Throwing all-inclusive tailgate parties since 2011. What? All-inclusive? Yes, all-inclusive. Rent the ultimate tailgate party trailer for the day or the weekend. We'll even travel out of town to do your party. Throwing the best party couldn't get any easier. Our fleet of trailers range in size and price from economy to deluxe. Each trailer comes equipped with a large screen TV, coolers, audio connections for music and amplified sound, satellites to broadcast your game, a grill, and the ladies' favorite part, a private bathroom. No more porta potties for your guests. Score! Or upgrade your experience. The deluxe tailgate experience could include event consultant, a grill master, green-egg grilling, multiple TVs, tents, chairs, a DJ, host, and more. The big game is coming, so get your free quote today at 678-516-1312. That's 678-516-1312. Or visit us on the web at www.mobiletailgateparties.net. That's www.mobiletailgateparties.net. Be the envy of the lot this season with mobile tailgate parties.
Imelda Marcos Shoe Closet is the ultimate shoe boutique. We buy directly from brands women love and trust. For the hottest and the sexiest heels, shop the closet at www.imeldamshoes.com. Use code ACTLIKE at checkout and save 15% off your purchase. That's ACTLIKE. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Imelda M. Shoes.
This is Bo Micadelic, Bobo Diablo, bringing you the freshest talk radio on IBNX.com. Stay tuned, because it only gets better from here. Okay, welcome back. We got comedian Jay Ward in the house, in the building, sitting in front of the mic right across from me, and he's telling us all about his acid trips, and I think he's on acid right now. I'm not sure. Or maybe
But many years since I've done acid.
That's you. You're projecting again.
Yes. I wish you were on acid so I can make fun of you Thursday night.
That's why you're obsessed with lava lamps. That's all. He's like, these are so amazing on acid.
That's what all the people don't usually want to do acid and go do radio shows. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that would be fun. So anytime I get my hands on some acid, I'll let you guys know if I'm tripping. I'll let you know.
I know there was some guys that did acid and went and did like Clark. The last name so the group of young, very young in the game, white comics did acid one night and went and did Uptown. And they said it went really badly. It went really
that
poorly.
Makes sense.
And so they're on stage basically getting booed, just tripping. That's not what you want to do.
No,
that
doesn't sound fun.
You know?
Well, I mean, you got that story to tell, though.
Yeah, I know. That's the only reason to do it.
Doesn't it seem like it would be worse, though, to get booed while on acid? Like, because doesn't it, like, amplify whatever experience you're having?
It all depends, because it also can put you in the state of, I don't care, I'm so elated.
Well, yeah, because you're kind of out, you kind of would be more like a fly on the wall maybe a little bit in that situation, is to not take it as personally, it's just be like, this is bizarre.
Why are these people booing?
Like, feel the vibe of the booze.
Right.
Feel their
the energy.
They're really upset.
It's moving through me. I feel they love me.
They love me. Boo.
A boo is really a love hidden in a...
It's so soothing.
So comforting.
Yes, Sudafed is not the same.
Whatever. I had mushrooms once, and that wasn't better either.
But I'll say this now. A Claritin, I took it was a Walleton. It was the Walgreens version of Claritin when I had some allergies, and that shit jacked me up because I don't do
like
any kind of uppers. Yeah, I mean that. So Sudafed don't do anything for, but Claritin got me out. I was like I was on drugs, like because I don't,
Now, okay, but there are different levels to drugs, and we're talking about psychedelic experiences.
Okay, but
I'm just saying.
It made you feel like you were on psychedelics?
No, it made me feel like I was on what I would assume would be cocaine or something. Like it was all like, "Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Whoa, whoa, hey, hi."
What was
like
that?
it, and I mean, and I never could take it again. Like it's not. I don't.
Did lines of it? Did you do?
No.
Did you snort it?
No, I just took it. It wasn't a Claritin. It was a Walleton, which is the Walgreens version.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if Claritin is as strong as a Walleton, but a Walleton.
That's for allergies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do that stuff, man.
I used to do that. I used to have allergies, especially when the pollen was real heavy, and then I just started taking the honey.
See, I don't take I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
I don't do the uppers. Like I took a no dose once when I had an audition. I was really tired and I called back and I took a no dose and I was done with the callback in like 5 minutes and I was outside going, "Hey guys, hey!" Like I'm not down with the
hitting them with the skit skidoo and
Skittles, yeah, skit skidoo, the old skit skidoo,
like a 1940s cartoon.
Yeah, tap dancing.
I had spiritual experiences when I was on my
Spiritual,
psychedelic.
like what?
It's like you get into there's a knowing that you have of your existence. And it's not just like, okay, I know I'm here, okay, I got a physical body. It's knowing that you're beyond the physical body. It's like you're connected to the all that there is, and you know that you are God also. You know? So it's like...
That's what they say is supposed to happen if you take ayahuasca.
I've done ayahuasca.
Did you have that experience then?
No, because I have done so many psychedelic experiences, or had so many psychedelic experiences, that the ayahuasca really didn't even do anything for me. I kept asking them for more, and everyone was throwing up around me and purging. I didn't throw up at all. I mean, a little queasy. The stomach felt a little queasy towards like 4 or 5 hours into it, but I still didn't throw up, and I didn't just have what they had.
You didn't see like the colors and the characters marching and all.
No, it really didn't feel as strong.
And all that.
No, because I've had those with acid and I've had those with mushrooms, but with that, it just seemed like it was very faint. And then talking to him afterwards, talking to the shaman, it was like this outing that I had with a bunch of people from Facebook that in the spiritual community, you know, that I'm connected with. And then
white people.
No. Both. All.
I know both. Yeah, the two races of people. Both races.
Exactly.
Both
the
races of people.
No, just, you know, come on. Wow. Let's be honest. You know, we're all one, but we know more and more.
Forget about the billion Indian people, for, you know, whatever.
But it was...
2 billion Asian, whatever.
It didn't do anything for me as much as it did for them. But I've had psychedelic experiences way past that too. And the shaman that was there giving the doses, he said it was a very light dose because he didn't want to freak everybody out.
Well,
and I was like, well, come on, bro. You can get a short me on it. I paid my money.
It's like there was I will totally remain nameless, but it was a person that did a lot of pain pills and then had to go to the hospital, and the amount of pain pills they gave him after the surgery was nowhere near the normal amount. They're like, I'm dying. Wow. I need some pain pills.
I need more.
As soon as you get out of the hospital.
That morphine button.
Yeah. It's rough. Like, we cannot give you this much. That is a lethal amount.
Do I know him?
That's the end of that story.
Oh, we're not gonna spill the beans on him. All right.
A friend of yours just commented on Facebook.
I got a friend?
Gene Ward.
Gene Ward?
No relation.
Gene Ward.
Let me see.
Bottom.
Oh, okay. Back to your real job. I don't know if you were telling me to go back to my real job or you appreciate me on the mic as my real job. But I appreciate you, Gene. Thank you for listening. I don't know. Is that a relative of yours?
No. I was sure? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's a fan just
no
because
relation.
you're
yeah.
relation.
I don't know any genes that I'm related to.
So when are you planning on doing another experience anytime soon?
No, never. He's outgrown it. Yes, officer. I will be at the. I will be at Sweetwater.
Let me ask the people out there. Thursday. Listen, if you have any psychedelic experience stories, I want you to call in 678-688-4269, and I want you to tell us about your psychedelic experience and see if it's just as spiritual as mine were, or if it's just as a letdown as Christie's was. Because it seems like she got shortchanged on her whole psychedelic thing.
Yeah, it wasn't my happy
place. See, you didn't go out into space. There was nothing.
Space.
See, I want to do DMT.
Yeah, me too. I do too. Yeah, we should do that. We should find it.
I'll do it on air.
The craziest hallucination I had.
Hallucinations.
Why would you do it on air? You're supposed to, like, you go in. Why would you want to mess up the spiritual experience? But
you got to be in nature. I don't think
you do for DMT.
I mean, we can film it out there. I'm just saying, I want to do it live. I want to film it.
DMT only lasts like 5 minutes or so. Like, it's not. You don't have to.
Yeah, I heard
You don't have time to experience nature. As my experiences, I think you just kind of go, like into a.
I would still
The
like
world
to,
around you disappears, so it's
There's
irrelevant.
so much stuff though. Have you heard about like the bullfrog medicine?
I've been licking frogs for years, and I've yet to have a psychedelic experience.
There's a guy. He's supposed to travel, and he puts holes, and he drops like this bullfrog medicine in the hole in your skin, and it's
In
like
his shoulder?
yeah. There's like a couple different kinds.
Those
there's
are
like the
those are
chalk, there's a-
chiggers. Those you don't want
No.
those aren't really psychedelic, and they're nasty. And it's,
No, there's
there's
a toxin that they use for like a week to detox their body, and then there's like this bullfrog. This is special bullfrog medicine, and the trip only lasts like 20 minutes. They say, or 15 to 20 minutes, but they say it's like 4 or 5 times more powerful than ayahuasca.
I want
Like
that shit.
as far as it's like,
Can you
because
come
some people
across?
say you got to
Do
do.
you know anyone that sells it?
No, there's only like 1 or 2 people in the world who administer it, and you've got to like kind of find them. So when I ran into the guy that was doing it, like the people that were there said they'd been looking for him for a couple of years, and they found him on this particular
Oh, that's a little extreme.
outing.
I don't know if I need frog trips.
If you want to go higher,
Yeah. How
There's
much
levels
higher?
If you want to
See,
hop higher,
there's
Have you-
levels to this
Don't
shit.
croak.
But I've done it
Don't
so much.
croak.
How high? To see, that's why DMT would be the only one that would.
he's very
interest me.
green on frog hallucinogenics.
I mean, if I knew
Oh,
it.
because you're
I'm doing
vegan.
frog puns.
No, I mean, yeah, it
Because-
doesn't hurt the frog.
Is
It's
it
not like I
because-
bite the frog and like, no, it's the
Well,
no.
they
Come
might
on.
kill the frog in the process of
It
extracting
doesn't.
his poison.
I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't. I
I
can't claim
no.
it. But I
You
doubt
gotta
it.
YouTube it.
If,
But they
if
said
Homer Simpson could lick frogs and have acid trips or have,
I would
psychedelic
watch
trips,
YouTube of a frog squirting on you. It's frog squirter.
that's gross.
Just call back.
It's
Frog.
just pee.
That's right.
It's
I'm about
just
to do
pee.
callbacks here.
David, hey, when you were talking about, it shocked where everyone was like, Jesus, what? You were talking about, see, when we were talking earlier on break, we were talking about everybody not coming back from acid. So I wouldn't advise everybody to do acid, but if I thought you had a strong mind, I would definitely tell you to take it because it opens your mind up and it makes you sexy.
Mushrooms are probably a
That's
safer
ridiculous.
choice.
It was crazy. One time, one of the trips I had like this weird moment. I was at my friend's house and he has cats. And I was sit there watching the cats and I was like, I wonder if I see now what they see because they say cats are mystical, right?
Right.
And that
Nope.
there's a veil that they
Yes.
can see amongst us. And it kind of feels like that's what it feels. It feels like walls are taken down when you're tripping. Like you can
Right.
just feel and sense things and think about thoughts and connect thoughts together that otherwise you would just be too, I guess, human to do it. Like, just too bound to your body.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
what-
I will say that you're absolutely right about the cats. If you're tripping, you are on a cat's level. Cats are always tripping, and if you want to connect, if you have cats and you're having a hard time connecting with your cat, take some acid, and you and your cat will see eye to eye.
Be the cat whisperer.
I'm telling you, I did acid one time at a friend's house, and they didn't do it, and they were going to go to bed and close their door, and they had a cat, and I was like,
You fucked
I don't
the
know
cat,
if
didn't you?
no, but
You
I
fucked
kept.
that
I was like,
cat.
I don't know if I want you to. I don't know if I want the cat, and I kept the cat. And that cat, me and that cat weren't always connected, but that night we were connected, man, and we fell in
Wow.
love. And
He's pussy.
the cat had sex with me, not no. There was
Gave
no.
sweet
There's
love to that
no.
little pussy.
No, there was no bestiality.
Well, I know that mummies are afraid of him.
But yeah,
Cats?
but you're absolutely right. Like, I had a friend that is not the same right now, and he doesn't even really know that.
Yeah,
But
there-
I seen
yeah.
it. I seen the change, and it
I've
hardens too. Like, once it hits you, like what you come from after your trip is who you gonna be. Regardless
Right.
if you go through a bad trip or a good trip, like it's gonna stain what you're doing until you revisit it. I think.
Well, I don't necessarily think a good trip would stain, but I can see why you would say a bad trip would stain.
Well,
See,
I mean
good
it in the
to-
same sense though, because like
I mean,
when
it
say-
changes you. It definitely changes
Right.
you.
Well,
And
I've seen negative. I've seen really negative stuff.
and you've seen positive. Look at me, goddammit.
I've seen negative. I've seen a lot of negative.
Just negative, just still looking negative. All right, but but you can't. As dangerous as it may be, I cannot take away the beauty of it because it's a beautiful experience, and you really do get in tune with things that are around you, like the cats. And or any animals or any nature.
It's also
or
it should be
plants
it is a it's generally non-lethal drugs, so even there may be some danger. Like you're not going to die. You just be.
There used to be that old saying where you take acid and you'll jump off rooftops and shit. No, you don't. I mean, and if you do take acid and jump off rooftops, you deserve to be dead, and nobody's gonna miss you.
Now back in the day, now you gotta think now acid.
It is mean, but it's
acid. You take a drop or two. You guys feel when they first started, they're like, hey, here's a cup, here's a little cup of acid, like maybe then, because they're maybe we don't need a cup, maybe we just need to
went a little too far.
Scale it back a little.
That's why I would recommend anybody take mushrooms.
Here's 4 ounces of acid.
Take mushrooms because you're not gonna overdose with mushrooms.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna be like overbearing on your system, and it's natural.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
You scared?
No, she's like, no, I just don't care for mushrooms. I don't like them on my pizza or.
No, I like mushrooms. I just don't like the drug. Like I had a negative experience. I thought I was gonna get kidnapped, and I had to escape from the Usha village. It was a thing. So.
See, that's what I'm saying. You were already scared to begin with, though. That was your natural essence.
I had no interest.
You were
it was
fearful.
The difference between being
you had to
scared
let it all
and
go.
not
Well, it does
having
kind of
interest.
now, if you're tripping hard, you're kind of helpless. Like you're not going to like, I'm going to go get out of the situation. Let me go get in the car and drive away. Yeah, you're like, I'm here, and please.
Yeah. Well, you're delightful even if you don't take psychedelics. How about that?
I appreciate the compliment.
And it was sincere too. But yes, people, if you don't take the psychedelics, if you're already crazy as it is, because it just intensifies who you already are. So, stick to herb or drinking and whatever.
Yeah, that's not better.
No, don't get okay.
Drinking I can do, but I can't do herb or any of that. It doesn't have the same.
That was kind of sexy the way you said it. Kind of like, oh, I wish she was drinking right now. See what happens. Oh, see.
No.
No,
yeah, no.
you can't.
It depends on the liquor.
That you say that, because in my opinion, drinking is by far the worst thing you can do.
It is, absolutely.
Well, I guess it depends on how it affects you.
They call it spirits, and if you look into it, it'll explain why they call it spirits. It's just not like a nickname. Like
it's a depressant, and it does lower your energy, your vibration, and it opens you up to be possessed.
I'm familiar
What
with
do you
the
mean?
side effects of
Possessed. What are we, huh?
Like every time I get drunk, you see the asshole that comes out. That's that spirit.
That's the spirit of Bobo Diablo.
Or
Bobo Diablo.
Some people know it as jinns.
Gins, from the Muslim, the Quran. They speak them. I mean, now, okay, we're going to go into this whole thing.
Well, I don't drink gin, so.
See, boom. You got that.
But no, I've not every experience I've had on alcohol has been good either, but I've had more positive experiences with alcohol than with any other substance.
I mean, these are theories, and I don't know necessarily I have seen alcohol change people. So it's made me sloppy sometimes.
What?
I know, believe it or not, as sharp as I am on the regular. So but it's fun. It's fun. Alcohol is fun. It's one of them. They say it's a depressant, but I always seem to enjoy myself if I can remember my, material.
I don't know.
I
find that different alcohols have different effect though. Like for me, wine kind of brings me down. Like it mellows me out.
Brings me down.
But,
wine is fun.
Makes me whine. But vodka or tequila, totally different effect.
Yes.
So
makes you want to dance, doesn't it?
Tequila makes me want to do something. Yeah, makes me very active.
Active as.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the splits on stage.
I don't even need. I don't need alcohol to do that. I don't perform I don't drink when I
Oh,
perform,
acid?
so I'm just
Just-
I'm just sober on stage. What you see is just me. So you're welcome.
Yeah, I tend to be. I don't drink much these days.
boring.
There's nothing boring about my stage.
I'm sharper when I don't drink. 'Cause like I noticed when I used to drink and do sets, I would leave off words. Like I go back and watch the set and be like, "What? Didn't even finish that thought." So I
He's like, oh, yeah. And then the cat walked in. Okay, let's go on to the next joke. Don't even give it to the punchline. But see, where my energy is depends on whether or not I'm gonna have a good set drinking, and if I've had too much to drink. Like if when I like beer, I can drink beer all day long, and not have like that effect. But if I start doing shots of anything, I got a time limit from when I start doing them shots to when I go up on stage. Like I was at the Punchline one time, and I already talked about this when I bombed one time, just like completely. But I was getting Long Island iced teas from Alvaro.
Oh wow.
And he made them strong, and he was giving them to me.
He made them strong. Like there's a way Long Island iced tea cannot be strong. It's 5 liquors. There's no way that's gonna not be strong.
He would, like, if people would cancel their orders, he would bring me the drinks, and I was giving them away to other comedians. I mean, but he's good. He's a good dude. But that night,
He just lost his job. Thank you, Bo.
I can do. Yeah, both people listening and say something. But it was just so fucking strong. Like I said, I'm used to beer drinking. I can do shots of tequila, which I do on a regular. But with that fucking Long Island iced tea, it just has you on some.
It's that gins.
Forget everything. Fuck everybody.
Well, there's a lot. Stand-up comedy creates alcoholics, I think, because it's much easier to get lubricated to go on stage and be in front of people.
Back-to-back page.
And I think there are some serious drinkers in Atlanta comedy. There have been always. There's some amazingly serious.
You just keep on wanting to bring me up, don't you? I mean,
I'm not even talking about you. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're good at it.
Well practiced, well rehearsed.
Yeah.
But alcohol, if somebody said, like, made everything legal, then I probably wouldn't drink alcohol as much.
I like how you said as much.
I mean, I'd have a beer here and there.
Right,
but
there's always that caveat.
I hardly drink at all, so.
I hardly drink anymore either.
Because I was just drinking beer, and then
I saw you doing shots the other night.
I will drink now.
I said hardly. That was like once for the month.
Oh, you doing it hard? Okay.
Well, see, because I've always been that way. I've always just drank on special occasions, like if I go to a casino or New Year's.
Or
and
days that it didn't why.
But then, but then when stand-up comedy started, it was really easy just to, because I would go out to a bar and have a couple drinks, but I finally stopped doing that, which is good because that made me gain some weight too. Like I just gotta keep to my normal food fatness.
That's your fighting weight right there. That's your stand.
Yeah, this is my this
is
is
stand-up weight.
I'm back down to my non-drinking weight.
You can't get too skinny, then you look funny. You know,
I've been there.
You've been big so long that if you lost weight now, you would not look right.
Well, yeah, like Al Roker, like the turtle with lost his shell, just this wrinkled, just weird looking.
A bunch of skin just hanging out. But you would be able to fly a little bit if you jumped.
Like a fly
if you took acid and you jumped.
Took some mushrooms, climb a tall tree. That's how I'd die, because I thought my fat could flap in the wind. This will save me.
Just hold it out.
Just imagine me and Bo on the cliff of a mountain. He's like, no, I think you're right.
No, you can do it.
Jump.
You can do it, Jay.
Like
I have full faith in
what
you.
do they call those body suits?
And if you don't make it, your energy anyway. You'll live. You'll continue on. Come back and tell us how it is. Okay. We at the beginning of the show, I told you guys that we were going to talk about relationship experts reveal how they know couples won't last. And we might not go all heavy into this, but I did want to touch on some of this. So I'm going to read some of this.
How do they know?
All right. It says, have you ever had that niggling feeling that something is wrong?
Yo.
You know,
that what feeling?
Niggling.
Niggling.
You can't say it. You're white.
I've never even heard that word before, but Nigling.
What? Could you please can I get a
Niggling.
definition? I'm not going to spelling
It's like,
bee. Definition? The little scared kid.
I don't want to look it up. It's gonna call me racist before I even get to the L.
Niggling. It's that, that sixth sense.
It's nagging, like, right?
Yeah, kind of like nagging.
Like that.
Like it's just in the back of your mind. You suspect.
I have never heard that word.
You've
It's
not.
new to me.
It's a real word. It's not like a trying to be a racist word. It's like an independently.
Jesus, this is the first sentence. Can we?
Well, I know, but I mean, my God, I mean, what have you? They had so many choices.
All right, so you can use
It
that
means
word.
bothersome or persistent.
Look,
see, there
in
you
a
go.
petty or tiresome way.
There you go.
It can refer to injuries, niggling.
I love all the words that sound like the N word are always like negative. They're like, yes, when you're tired and you feel like shit.
But in the Urban
everything's
Dictionary,
terrible.
it's a less mature version of a nigger.
Really? Is it really?
That's what the Urban Dictionary says.
A less what?
A less mature version, like a
Wow.
like a baby nigger. It's a niggling.
Wow. I was not saying it
That's
like
a
that.
noun.
I told you can't say it. You're white.
Jesus. Okay.
Back to nagging. You can say nagging. We'll allow it.
So.
Well,
back to this
see, I've
guy
learned
here.
something today. Now I feel like this has been worth it just for that one word.
Yeah, really. This
Yeah.
is,
That's what I've learned. I already knew you took a lot of acid.
Congratulations.
I already knew you took a lot of acid, so I
We'll write it down for you. Let you take it home. Put it up
You're
on the wall.
welcome.
Thank you for looking that up. That was intense. You know that uncertain feeling that the relationship you're currently in may not be the relationship you should be in forever. With almost 1,000 potential partners across the city, according to the Mathematics of Love by Hannah Fry, trying to find the one is no easy feat, especially when complicated human emotions are involved. And although doubts are normal, there definitely are indicated. I think she meant to say they. They definitely are indicators. Anyway, that you and your partner may not be meant to be, at least until death do us part. We consulted the experts to identify the telltale signs. Jesus.
Telltale signs.
Yeah, we're not even reading it. We know what the tall tale signs. You can't-
Telltale
Well, that's what
signs.
happens when you do enough acid. You don't read very well. All right.
It's okay.
You feel under pressure to hit milestones.
Why the
Both
7
of you
year
looked at me
itch.
like, what the fuck does that mean?
We
All
made
right.
it to 5 years.
According to psychologist and cognitive behavioral therapist Dr. Becky Spellman, when your love life starts becoming obsessive around milestones, then you might not be thinking about your partner per se. Do you find yourself doing things because you think you're supposed to at your age? She asks. You ever been in a relationship where it's almost like a shame thing? Like, when are you going to stop doing that and grow up?
Oh yeah, that's all my relationships. Yeah, that's
So
why I
you're
stopped
no
doing
longer
it.
in a relationship.
No, yeah, that's really because I mean, like, I enjoy my peace, and like when I'm a
I
single.
thought you were gonna say penis. I swear to God, I thought you were gonna say penis. I was like, Jesus, are we going back to this? That's a callback. I enjoy my
No,
penis.
but like when I'm in a relationship, it's just basically like a lady yelling at me, and like
It's
I
annoying,
don't have to
isn't
have.
it?
Yeah, and here's the thing. I feel like in my heart, I probably need a woman to yell at me. I probably need a woman to be like, no, stop doing that. But
Do you think your heart can take it anymore? I mean, you putting
Wow.
on pressure.
That's just me.
Fucking with him.
I've never had that experience of someone telling me stop doing something or grow up or
I've had relationships.
the most
Well, see,
I've gotten
because-
is
well,
get a job.
But I mean,
and
I don't have a job.
They don't say it
I twist
directly.
balloon animals and do magic shows and do stand-up comedy and make really ridiculous videos. And so, like, so anybody that dates me is going to know that going in. That's the thing. You can't start
You
dating.
can't stop my balloon game, bitch.
Yeah, you can't start. You
Dude,
can't date
how dare
somebody.
you?
You can't be like a CEO and then quit. Be dating someone and then quit your job and become a balloon twister and expect them to be okay with it. But whoever's
I'm
gonna date me
taking
is
this
coming
to the
in.
next level, baby.
Yeah, that they're coming
You're
in.
either
knowing I
on
twist
board or
balloons.
you're not. I'll
said I
twist
twist
you up like a
balloons.
balloon.
That's how it is.
That is a great sales pitch for dating you. Like, I twist balloons and do stand-up comedy. You want some of this?
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
a great commercial. You should do a commercial like that. You know, she's like, "Now, come on, just
eHarmony.
No, baby, I gotta do this. And you twist
Yeah.
the balloon. Can't you just give it up for me?
I literally had. I used to have
baby.
a girlfriend that thought it was ridiculous. I did kids magic shows, and then when she finally went to saw a show, she was like, "Okay, I get it now." Like she thought it was just a really stupid thing. She saw I was
become a
actually good
groupie?
at it. Yeah, well, she became a balloon twister.
A
Actually,
baloopy.
she still twists balloons with me. She actually learned how to twist balloons.
Get it?
But yeah, she didn't see that. She just thought I was just going and doing. She didn't see it as an art form
So
until
that
she saw me
pays
do
the
it.
bills for you, twisting balloons and doing kids magic shows. and
Jay
stuff.
is no joke when it comes to twisting them balloons.
Right.
I mean, he makes all. How many characters can you make? Or
Oh, who knows? I mean, I just.
Well, you would know because
No, I mean, I just make a lot of stuff. I mean, and like because you can, the thing about balloons is it's great. You get a little bit of a leeway just to be able to twist a balloon in general and to actually make it look like something. So you don't have to be like the greatest artist. I mean, so so I can make almost anything. I mean, if you can
give a guesstimate about how many animals can you make?
I don't know. I mean, a couple hundred. I don't know.
What? There's
There
not
are a
even a
couple
couple
hundred
hundred animals.
Sure there are, because you got like well, like you got
Use
like
a Noah's Ark, like
well, I make a poodle, a weenie dog, a chihuahua,
a bunch of dogs.
a bulldog. Well, I'm just saying, like just in dogs alone. I mean, I can do.
Oh, okay.
I can do.
The chart?
Probably. Yeah.
So there's a
No, I can't
distinct
do
difference
the
between a poodle and a
veterinarian
weenie
chart?
dog and
Oh,
a
absolutely.
balloon animal.
Yeah, and
That's
there's
I said
absolutely. I can't do every dog. No, I can't do every dog, but I could do enough.
Bruh, don't disappoint me now, man.
No, I don't know. I can't do every
What
breed
dog
of dog.
can't you do? You can't do a chow.
Well, see, like, you get a you get
do a
leeway.
Sharpie?
Here's
Can
the
you do
thing.
it? Can you do
You
it
get
the-
leeway. If your animal's got 4 legs and ears and it's like, it's a dog. Like that's you get. But some dogs may look similar, but you get leeway.
Is that a hot dog? What
We
are
like
them
you
dogs?
got to look at like, okay, a giraffe needs a long neck, an elephant needs a trunk. This dog needs ears to go up, this dog needs ears to go down. That
But even if you made an elephant and it didn't have a trunk, you can just say, hey, fuck it. It's it is what it is.
Yeah, you can just give it to the kid and be like,
It's
go
just-
fuck yourself. Here's your balloon. Like there was a
Like,
story.
it is
I
what
heard-
it is, kid. Beat
Yeah,
it.
there was a story somebody was telling me, about a bad balloon twister they had, and he was just making swords and snakes. He was just basically inflating balloons and giving it to him. And the kid asked him for a dog, and he was like, "How about a snake, kid?" And he was just
Twisted it up.
I don't even think he did anything necessarily. He just like, here,
How about
take
a
the balloon.
It's a snake slithering.
The kids don't really care though; they'd be fine with that.
He puts it on the ground. He moves his foot up and down it. That's funny. But no, Jay is no joke when it comes to making them balloons. And
I'm very
if
good
you
at it.
guys are out there and you looking for children's parties.
Yeah, it's a clean show. I don't come on acid. I'm not on acid when I get
You
to your
don't come
party.
on acid.
Hey yo,
That would
hey
be a
yo.
little extreme. But when it comes to him doing like, you dress up like a clown too, right?
No, I used to years and years ago. I thought I had to, but I realized I didn't.
But you're
and-
dressed like one now.
Well, as much as that.
And then
No, I just wear like a balloon tie and like a sparkly rainbow vest.
well, like a magician.
Yeah, and I do magic shows for. I do exclusively magic shows for kids, like 4 to 11, and balloons for whoever, and yeah.
That's dope. And I like the fact that you are doing it. You're self-sufficient with it. And you're providing for yourself with
Yep.
this, with something that is your talent. I admire that. I wish I was doing, stuff. Everything that I'm doing, I wish I was actually getting paid for it on a level where I'm.
Well, that's something I definitely get paid for. That's something whereas like stand-up comedy, we'll go do free stuff, but but when it comes to balloons, like you're gonna pay
That's
me.
serious.
And
That's
even
serious
with
you got to
business
pay for the
right
balloons.
and I
you gotta
I
pay
hate
for
it's
shit.
tough too. Like it's tough too because sometimes like you want to be charitable, and do things for charitable things, but you get a lot of calls people wanting you to do free stuff. And what I started doing, and the only things I'll agree to for a discount was like if it's benefiting children, like if it benefits adults, I don't really care. Like, you know, but there was like,
You're an
I won't.
adulterist.
Well, there was like one particular place, and like it was a good place. It's like, well, look, you know, it's just really hard because it cost me money. I was like, how about, you know, $50 for me to come do the magic show and the balloons and everything, you know, like a $250.
That's how much it cost you for supplies.
Right. And so like, so I would, and they agreed to that, and they would hire me all the time. Like, it got kind of annoying. I was like, okay.
Did you work for tips?
No. It was
You'd
no.
say, "Where's my tip? Where's my tip
No.
now?"
No, but like I would, you know, go and do like a $250 show for $50, and so that works too. You know.
You ever have to slap a child because like?
No, but there's a couple of times I've wanted to, and there's been a couple of horrible like. There's certain, you know, it's interesting. There's it's fascinating to do magic
Easy
shows.
for you to say.
Well, I've gotten to do so many different demographics. I mean, I've done every race and religion. I mean, I've gotten to do like these parties, like where they're, you know, Hindu or whatever. You know, they're doing religious ceremonies, different languages, and it's fascinating. But there's certain groups of people that don't seem to discipline their kids as much as other groups.
What group?
Well, there's
Come on, man. You got to spit it. You got to let the folks know what you're talking
us
about.
what's
Where
really
you coming
going
from?
on.
Your experience.
I literally, okay, well, I actually have a racial breakdown of my least favorite.
Oh,
and
you
favorite.
charge some ethnicities more?
I don't. I should. I should.
What's your racial breakdown? Let's hear it.
Yes. Who gets the shaft?
Well, there's just certain groups that just.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
That's
say
what we're
it.
asking.
Which ones? Don't be shy now.
Jesus.
Well, first,
where's your scale? Your
now,
chart?
Now, this group I like, but a lot.
Is it like a police chart?
The most.
We'll give you a comedic license
The
to
most,
say to be
I'll
racist
say
right
it.
now.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
it's like it's.
He said,
you know,
"This is my business. This is money.
Yeah,
so
this
I'm going
is
to
not
be
like,
straight.
But
I'm
this
going to
isn't
tell
just
you
like
exactly."
this isn't ignorant racist. This is a a judge not, but but it's the content of their. I've judged by the content of their character. I think on some level. But this is a kind of
You were dancing around.
I'm getting to it. Well, a universal one that most entertainers complain about that I've actually learned to like because I've learned how, but is Indian. Because Indians are very late people. If you ever get invited to an Indian party, don't show up for at least an hour. Like you can't. Like I did a party.
Sounds like most of the comedy spots.
I did a
you go
party
to.
one. Like it started so late that the banquet hall guy that opened the doors was late to get there. Like we were standing outside. Like, but I learned
What
to like.
are you doing here so early?
But I learned to.
Why are you on time?
But I learned that was always going to be the case, and I'm kind of a late person too, and so it worked out. And it's always at night, and it's always at night. So their shows are like at 8 or 9. I'll be doing like a 4-year-old birthday party, entertaining 4-year-olds at like 9 o'clock at night. So that was like the last part of the day. So I got used to that.
Are there any other?
Yeah,
races
there
you don't
are.
like?
There's. But just because, but it's, my point is like, so what Indians like to do, the Indian people like to do is they almost kind of want me to babysit, and I won't allow. I think they have to be adults present because they're always like there'll be like this one asshole kid, and no one stops the kid. I'm like, what?
Can you do like an impression of like one of the asshole Indian kids?
Well, like one kid, I was doing a show for like it was like 4 and 5-year-olds, and this kid was like 9 or 10, and he kept like jumping up and running up and like trying to grab stuff.
What did he say?
Well, I finally was like, dude, this is for 4-year-olds. What is wrong with you, kid? Like, what is wrong?
What did he say? Do the voice.
Well, he talked normally. The Indian kids don't talk that way. Indian kids go to a American school. No, Indian children talk normally. They don't have the. But if you want to do the Indian accent, it's tough. But you have to.
Well, if he didn't do it, then there's no.
You put the tongue to the roof of your mouth. You have to put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Okay. That's how you'll get the. Now I tell you, but also Indian people, they always want a discount. That's kind of their hagglers, and I don't discount my show.
I know this. Yes,
and so and so that one thing, and my girlfriend was present at the time that always still laughs about this, but this one guy, he was like, "Now, Mr. Ward, I expect a discount." I'm like, "Well, I'm expecting a tip, so let's just call it even." And that's what we did. He gave me by rate.
Did he laugh?
I don't know that he laughed, but he did pay me by rate. Did not tip me. So.
He paid you even.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my least favorite is rich country club white people because they're
your least favorite.
Yeah, because yeah.
What?
Now I do lots of rich white, but it's when they're at the country club because there's just, especially when they're older, because these kids have had a magician at their party since they were 2. They get that, that's like a standard thing.
So they don't even pay you any mind or anything.
Well, they're just like, oh, we've seen that. I know that one.
Oh,
it's like, well, sure, you know.
I don't
yeah,
even like you doing that.
Yeah, and but now a certain group, I tell you who's the hookup. Mexican families hook up their kids. They'll kill a pig and roast it. They'll have a DJ. They'll have a magician. They'll buy their kids a 4-wheeler.
Who did?
They'll have the Mexican people.
Oh.
They'll have the most giant cake you've ever seen, and that's the parties that are off the hook. They love their children. They spend every bit of money they possibly can on their kids.
That's why they have so many of them.
Maybe, but they hook it up, and that's still the best.
They all live in one house, so they can afford to really go all out for stuff like that. they share one car, all 10 of them.
They're not clowns.
Share
Racism is overflowing right now.
But I was being honest. I'm serious.
This
That's
is
my
not
experience.
a reflection of how I feel because I have no racism in me at all. I love Mexicans.
And for the record,
I told you I'm Mexican.
I'm still booking country clubs and Indian birthday party, all that.
He hates Indians. You hate Mexicans.
No, I don't hate
love
Indians.
everybody.
No, but I like the Indians just fine because once you get into the Indian community, you're kind of in. They'll hire you a lot. Like they're real loyal customers.
Right.
And they start late. And every now and again, you get an Indian lady that's real anal about being early because it's such.
They do anal.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sounded like something to say. You know, with balloons.
And number 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Second one, you lust them more than you like them. Contrary to popular belief that falling in love is all about that fluttering feeling in your stomach, life coach Elizabetta Franzoso says that actually a sign you might not be in love is when you start a relationship based purely on that familiar feeling of butterflies. I just want to.
I'm a fan of the butterflies.
You got to have butterflies at the beginning. That doesn't make sense. I don't see how butterflies is synonymous with lust. I don't get that. I don't understand how that's.
I mean, I guess it has to be more than that, though. You have to enjoy spending time with them.
Well, that's my whole point. What I said earlier, you have to. Just the people you like.
Well, I mean, if you don't have butterflies, it's going to be kind of shit. You got to have that feeling, that wanting to see them, that wanting to caress and touch and
absolutely
grope,
of course,
and grab. I mean, if you don't have that,
you're good if I have a willingness to. I don't. I'm very rarely gonna have a longing to. If I have a willingness to, that's kind of.
See,
top of the line right there.
We're kind of old in the respect that's young stuff.
What is?
But I feel like there still has to be chemistry, attraction. If I don't have any kind of physical attraction or chemistry, that's my number one tell of whether or not there's even possible that there could be anything like
right.
It has
if
to
I
be.
don't get hard, it's why what are we doing?
You don't.
Know what I mean?
When does that happen?
When does it not happen?
When is that ever? Yeah. When is that ever?
When the wind blows. No, actually, it happens then too. All right, we got to go to break. We'll be right back with comedian Jay Ward and the beautiful, the wonderful Miss Christy the Gay now.
Yeah. A room full of women. Yeah. All of them were driven. Yeah. Straight in dependent. Yeah. French neck, but she played like she from Virginia. Body from the Bay, and she know the slang. Mouthpiece, codeine with a bunch of reefer. Been around town, but she keep it secret. Wanna show you off, you a bad one. Rock it on my neck, you motivate me. You're just what I need. If they snap this, they gon' need a frame on deck. A Basquiat soul, you're painting love the best. Rebellious when it comes to this. What you even need? What you even dream? I had a vision. Yeah. A room full of women. Yeah. All of them were driven. Yeah. Straight independent. Yeah. Got a square frame, but she dim a legend. Hip hop came and she like in 11. Take all my thoughts and my ideas. Wall so thick, call her I kill. So lit when I plug in. Show in sync when I'm loving. Knock and rock, call her I live. Whoop. Call her I live. Knock and rock, call her I live. Rock. Shut up, you can't clear that sample. Bring the chorus. I had a vision. Yeah. A room full of women. Yeah. All of them were driven. Yeah. Straight independent. Yeah. Touching you is so easy. Swears muscle more. Mixed chick, yeah, she black, white, and gentle. Lady, what you going with? Hold up. Hit hard, hit soft, velocity. Turn left, turn right. Knobbiness, go up, go down, variety. Same time, melody. Hit hard, hit soft, velocity. Turn left, turn right. Knobbiness, go up, go down, variety. Same time, melody. Hit hard, hit soft, velocity. Turn left, turn right.
Attention sports fans, tailgate season is here, but you can't keep doing what's been done. It's time for a change. A change? Yes, a change. This year, take your tailgate game to the next level with mobile tailgate parties. That's right, mobile tailgate parties. Throwing all-inclusive tailgate parties since 2011. What? All-inclusive? Yes, all-inclusive. Rent the ultimate tailgate party trailer for the day or the weekend. We'll even travel out of town to do your party. Throwing the best party couldn't get any easier. Our fleet of trailers range in size and price from economy to deluxe. Each trailer comes equipped with a large screen TV, coolers, audio connections for music and amplified sound, satellites to broadcast your game, a grill, and the ladies' favorite part, a private bathroom. No more porta potties for your guests. Score! Or upgrade your experience. The deluxe tailgate experience could include event consulting, a grill master, green egg grilling, multiple TVs, tents, chairs, a DJ, host, and more. The big game is coming, so get your free quote today at 678-516-1312. That's 678-516-1312. Or visit us on the web at www.mobiletailgateparties.net. That's www.mobiletailgateparties.net. Be the envy of the lot this season with mobile tailgate parties.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Bo Micadelic from Micadelic Mindset on IBNXradio.com. And you got to stay tuned. You never know what you're going to hear next. Ha! All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Micadelic Mindset. This is your host, Bo Micadelic, and we have in the studio comedian Jay Ward and the wonderful Chrissy Gaynell.
What's up?
As usual. And we were talking about relationship experts reveal how they know couples won't last.
Because they break up.
Yeah, well, I mean, does anybody last nowadays?
Yeah.
It seems.
My parents are still together.
My grandparents are still together.
But they're different generations. I'm talking about our generation and younger.
My mom's been married over 30-some years.
Still? Still? To the
same man, yeah.
Okay.
But
that's an older generation.
And my uncle is only like 8 years older than me, and him and his wife have been married for about 30-some years too, almost 30 years.
That's it. That's the only ones you know.
Actually, no. All of my uncles are still married to their wives. So They're
Bless
like,
their hearts.
huh.
Because I can only imagine.
They've
what
all
they're
been
going
married
through.
for like, I mean, one of
I
them,
can
they've
only
been married for
imagine.
like 40 years, I think.
40.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got no soul in him anymore. He's just like vampire sucked energy dry.
No,
He's like a
he's
mummy.
actually good. Like, he's healthy, you know, he's like fit. And
Yeah, he's a
flirtatious.
vampire. That's why he looks healthy. He's going to live forever.
very
Still young.
flirtatious and fun loving. And
She-
but he likes to do stuff. Like, he was like rides quads, and his wife's Mexican. So, so
Well,
they
that's
do
why.
whatever.
I mean, Mexican, Latino
Wow.
women or Latino women stay with their man.
What does that mean?
I know a lot of Mexican men seem to cheat and have multiple wives and girlfriends, and they seem to put up with it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that's not a culture, but it seems like a lot of, Mexican men I've met they talk about having wives and girlfriends. I don't know though.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
and their wives stay. That's the whole thing
Yeah.
about it. Amari, turn me up a little bit. Turn me up.
So
Yeah,
you're
my-
justifying, you're suggesting that women should stay when men cheat. That's what you're saying? So that marriages can work and last, that women are supposed to stay with
It
men
would certainly
cheat.
make it easier.
Yeah, they
Really?
take the whole suspense
That's-
out of it. You know,
I mean, I
the
think people
drama.
in general like.
I mean, if men stayed when women cheated, then I guess it would be fair.
But
I was
women
just hearing a
only-
statistic about. I don't remember where I've heard it, but that women statistically apparently cheat more than men. But when men cheat, it's just generally physical, whereas women cheat with their hearts.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Women cheat emotionally, and
Okay,
men
cheating
just
is
cheat
cheating.
physically.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
women
for the
may
most
cheat
part.
Men cheat emotionally and physically.
No, no. You see, you don't know.
Well,
No, I do.
of course,
You don't
of
know.
course, that's true to some degree. I mean, it's just like, but more so in one direction than the other.
Yeah, generally speaking, men just like need to bust a nut, where women they want a connection.
Well, yeah, women want intimacy or affection or
They
something.
don't want to just let anybody in.
They want something that they feel is missing from their
They
relationship.
want a fantasy. Yeah.
Not a fantasy.
They want the eroticism.
someone to touch them and make them feel like
Yes,
it's
they-
special
exactly.
and like they're
Exactly.
worth.
Yeah, they would like treat them like the tramp that they are. Yeah.
Why do they gotta be a tramp?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they like to be slapped.
Nobody wants to be slapped.
No,
Bo.
That's
No.
not true.
That's
Some
not-
do.
Not with
I
his
thought
hands.
you're-
Look at his
thought
hands.
you're disagreeing with me. But then you're like, okay.
I mean, if you're talking about the bedroom.
But no, look at his hands. Nobody wants to be slapped by him.
I get,
Well,
I get the biggest hands in comedy. It's true.
I think Marcus has the biggest hands in comedy.
Marcus does have some big ass hands.
He has some lobster
And he's-
claws.
And he's a little dude.
Really?
Yeah,
So
Marcus,
crazy. You know
Marcus
Marcus is, right?
Marcus Lewis. He has muscular dystrophy, and we're doing a horror movie that's about to come out with a fat bus. It's called Muscular Dystrophy, where he's the serial killer. And there's certain shots where we just needed like his hand on screen, and I couldn't body double him. I was like, no one has those hands. Maybe we should have
That's funny.
contacted you and just shaded yours up a little bit.
Put gloves
But
on.
yeah, but like no one has his hands. Like I need you for these shots, man. There's no one else that has your hands.
He
There's
does
no,
have big hands. Like when we shake hands, it's like two. Like if you just saw the hands, you would think it was 2 6'9", 300 pounders just shaking hands, but it's not that.
Yeah, you guys have big hands.
I appreciate you noticing.
You're welcome.
Number whatever is next. What are we on? 4?
Sure.
4, 9, 8. Your idea of the future don't line up. Your
I've had to
ideas
not
of
get
the
into
future.
several relationships for that reason because we wanted different things, and I was like, this doesn't make sense to be in a relationship
that's
when
an
we
intelligent decision.
desire different things for our future.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't make sense to get into something where this person's going to be working towards this goal. You're going to be working towards this goal. How long will you guys have time to spend time with each other? And is it going to feel like you're being a distraction?
Well, not even just that, but a lot of times if you want different things, depending on what those things are, and that doesn't work out that way, then there's the resentment of, I wanted this reality and you kept me from having it because we spent so much time together. So a lot of times, especially when one person wants like a kid or like a family and the other person definitely doesn't want a kid, then there's that conflict where
It's
if
a
that
wrap
person
right there.
never has the kid, they're like pissed off for life. Like, I wanted a kid, you knew I wanted a kid, and like should have went and did that,
And, yeah, that's resentment either way, because
resentment. And then if you do have the kid, then you resent.
the one is resentful, and the other way around. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and why would you want children in this day and age anyway?
I mean, some people do, but
I know, those are
only
stupid
people
people.
like us who already
the
have
idea of it.
kids say, "Why would you want children?" Like,
He
people
only
who've
likes
never
kids
had
because
kids.
they like balloons.
No, I love kids. I mean, like, no,
I
I
like
mean,
other people's kids.
I
From
like
a
other. I mean,
distance.
Fair enough.
really, I adore the kid. Because when I do kids parties, I aggravate. I'm like, I'll be like, "You're weird," and they're like, "No, you're weird." Like, you are. That's kind of I have a blast with kids, but like, I like the idea of having a kid and like being able to, it's a part of you, and you get to share your, put your idea, and all that kind of stuff. But the actual raising the kid, every time I've had a scare, I'm like, I'm not ready. And I am, in my early 40s and never been married, don't have kids, and I don't feel like I've missed out on anything. Now, maybe when I'm 60 or 70 and I need some kids to take care of me and come home and take care of your father, then I may feel differently.
You're gonna live forever. Don't worry about that.
I'll probably just kill over dead. It'll be fine.
And speaking of scared, I hate to be the one to tell you that I'm afraid that the show is coming to an end. So, Jay Ward, thank you, my brother.
We're gonna go eat, right?
Yeah. Wow, Jesus.
Come on, man.
Can I afford it? Is there a buffet somewhere around there?
I hope
Oh,
so.
wow.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
No, I do too.
Said no, I do too. Where are we eating? I didn't know
I
anything
don't know
about this
where.
eating thing.
I mean,
Angry.
wherever I can afford. I'm still working class, goddammit. So we're not gonna go crazy overboard and go. What I mean?
Hey, we should go get the vegan burger thingy.
What vegan burger thing?
The one from the place. Was it?
All right. We gotta wrap this up. Thank you, Jay Ward, for
Finger
being on
took
the
over.
show. Look up fatbuscomedy.com.
Yeah, Jay Ward. No, it's not that is. It will be.
Well, spit that shit.
I
Hurry
bought
up. We
the
only
fa-
got
Jay Ward Comedy on YouTube.
Fat
on
Bus
YouTube. Well, it's the fatbus.com. It's not up yet, though. I don't have that
Okay,
site
all
up
right,
yet.
all right.
It will be.
Look up Jay Ward, Christy
Comedy.
Gaynell, and your boy, Bo Micadelic. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next Monday. Hey, tell some people about it, too. I don't want to have to come out there and piss all over you. So, until next
Wow.
time, I love you
Squirt.
You said we don't even make love no more. I'm not sure, but you know that's not right. While you're sweating, babe, no, 'cause I can't give you my life. It's your fault for loving me. You put your trust in me. Not enough. I ain't signed up for nothing like that. I'm just doing me. I was coming right back. Why you left me alone? Yes, she know I was coming home. She know I've been out here working on the 5 lately. And baby gets on my fucking nerves about the same shit. We don't speak the same language. We don't speak the same language. We don't speak the same language. You want me to call your phone and tell you I'm blown, that there ain't no us no more. No, girl, ain't nobody ever come to you like me. Learn how to stand on your own 2 feet alone. It's your fault for loving me. You put your trust in me. You're not enough. Not enough. I ain't signed off on nothing like that. You gon' treat me cold, I'ma dish you right back. Why you left me alone? Yeah, she know I was coming home. She know I've been out here working on the 5 lately. And baby gets on my fucking nerves about the same shit. We don't speak the same language. We don't speak the same language. We don't speak the same language. We don't speak the same language.